Hey, Justice Warriors, what up? It is Saturday night. I'm hanging out waiting for my kid who is in the prom. And so I'm just sitting in my car and I'm thinking about the Idaho 4 case. One sec. Got my giant mason jar of iced tea. Thinking about the Idaho 4 case and some things that I wanted to share with my viewers, and especially while I'm sitting in the car. So everything I say is simply my opinion. It's simply for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion. I always like to learn. I hope that my videos are educational for others. And my videos are all made specifically for YouTube. That's an entertainment platform, so just to be clear about that. And yes, my voice is still pretty hoarse, but I've been taking the Sudafed. The brain is clearing up. That's helpful. So I wanted to clarify with the Brian Kohberger traffic stop when the female pulled him over, and he was polite and she was polite, and I have said that he was very snide and condescending, and some people have wanted to say no, he wasn't, and that's fine. Of course, we can all have different opinions, but this is my point. When Mr. Kohberger says, well, and I'm paraphrasing, well, what should I do in a situation like that? Back up? And she's like, no, definitely not back up. Just don't get yourself in a situation like that. And then at the end of the conversation, he does it again. He's like, okay, so back up. And in a way, it's almost like he's being funny, but he's being a jackass. And for anybody who missed that, go back and rewatch it. We all learn when we're 16 years old, 17 years old, 18 years old, when we first learn how to drive. First thing we learn is you never back up in an intersection, no matter what, right? So the man is 28 years old. He's got a master's degree. He knows how to drive. He's being a prick. And for me, it was very much a revelation to see him interact like that, because I had wondered if he had a disposition like that that would entice people to want to challenge him and mess with him. That was just sort of a guess that I had, but I didn't really know. And once I saw that videotape, for me, from my perspective, in my opinion, it confirmed that he's edgy, he's smart, he's going to be able to be condescending and yet polite at the same time. I mean, that's some tricky stuff. And I'm just wanting to clarify my opinion. So, of course, any opinion is welcome, but I wanted to extrapolate on that. A couple other things I wanted to touch base on. Josco, 1972. That, who made those videos? And what about Papa Roger? So I think both Josco 1972 and Papa Roger were made to look like they were Kohberger making them. But now you guys have heard that Sleuthy Goosey has done the homework to find out that the IP address for the visual snow documentation that was supposedly Kohberger when he was a teenager, that doesn't go back to Kohberger. That's what I saw on A Harsh Reality, and he said that he got that information from Sleuthy Goosey, and she's sharp, she's good, she always has her receipts. So I thought, wow, okay, so does that mean that law enforcement already has the IP address of Papa Roger and Josco 1972? Because they certainly seem like they are created by whomever knows the inside information, somebody that was involved in committing the crimes. So I'm not convinced that that's Mr. Kohberger. It might be, but it might be some other fool. So a couple other questions that I wanted to address before I wrap this one up is, We still have no answers about the 10 phone calls and texts made to Jack D. the night of the unalivings. The 10 phone calls from Kaylee's phone and Madison's phone. And we all know that those calls could have been made by anybody with their phones. So to me, those calls going out to Jack D, that doesn't necessarily timestamp that they were still living when those calls went out and those texts. And we still have no answers about Jack D being at the corner club and then having all these different alibis. And what about the guy standing by the door that looks like James Fry? Okay, I know there's a gag order, of course, but there's a lot of bizarre questions with this case. And I just think it's imperative to ungaslight ourselves. So yes, let's all try to ungaslight ourselves. I'm going to put this video up. I'm going to say peace out. Have a great night. Oh, where's my thumb? It's in the back. I brought it, but I'll just do my own. Please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell if you desire. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. I hope you can get some good rest. I hope you can have fun. It's Saturday night. It's still about 10:30, quarter to 11. So hopefully these kids will be done with this prom soon and there won't be any drama-rama. So I got my mama bear hat on. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all. And yeah, it's rough for those of us that have lost our moms. So just being mindful. Eat your veggies, get your exercise, be kind, be respectful, pay attention, and just don't fall into the gaslighting traps. You know, we always talk about falling into these rabbit holes, and the gaslighting is a huge rabbit hole. And just because it's the authorities that are doing it, that doesn't make it legit. And just because it's News Nation that's doing it, that does not make it legit. Gaslighting is gaslighting. And my question is why? Why is the news media portraying this bogus narrative? What is their investment? What's their end game? All right, you guys, I'm wrapping it up. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day.